Hi there. My name is Jill Morelli, and this is my applied genealogy tip for today. Last time that you heard from me, it was about visiting an archive in Denmark. This time, I'm going to talk a little bit more about a different kind of research in another place, and that is that walk with your ancestors trip. This is where you instead want to go to the places that your ancestor would have lived in. Now, I just visited Sweden and Denmark, and I'm 25% Swedish and 25% Danish, but the Swedish stayed in one place. So when I visited there and walked with my ancestors, I knew that there wasn't going to be any headstones in the church cemetery. Instead, the only place I really knew is a couple of the farms where they lived, which I drove around and took photos of, and also attended a church service. At the church service, I was lucky enough to also know and notice that the baptismal font was made in 1593. That meant that almost every one of my identified ancestors that had been born and baptized in Hishult, Sweden, had been baptized using that particular font. So I was particularly pleased to be able to see that. When I got to Denmark, however, my Danish people, they traveled all across the northern portion of Denmark, literally from the extreme west side to the extreme east side. We stopped in Vesterhassing, saw the church there, took photos there, talked to some people. They were thrilled that I was there. No relatives, all had left. And then we worked our way across to the west and stayed towards the west. Here's a tip for you if your ancestor moved around a lot as well, is make sure you make a list of those places that your ancestor lived in for a period of time. I had about six, and I was walking in the steps of my runaway wife. And she ran away to a lot of places, as did her children. So I was following them along. Now, as they moved around, however, some were here, some were there. So I needed to get it so that my time could be spent the most efficiently. Most of the churches, unfortunately, were closed in some way or the other. And so I had to make do with seeing outside snapshots of them. So just be prepared that things might not be the way you expect them to be, but that walk with the ancestors certainly is a moving experience. And I was certainly happy to be able to be in a place where not only my ancestors had been, but also my aunt had visited in 1950. Thanks so much for listening. Check us out on our appliedgen.institute website. Sign up for our mailing list to get our occasional messages that we send you concerning our classes. And I believe we have a few openings right now for the fall term. Thanks a lot for listening. This is Jill Morelli giving you another Applied Genealogy Institute. Have a great day.